Hey guys, it's JJ. So here is my 2K video that I promised I would do. I just reached it on Friday, the end of November, and I was just a little bit sick, so it's taking me a little bit of time to get this video out. But I hope that you guys enjoy it and you get to know a little bit more about me and the things that I do, I guess. So there were some questions that people were able to ask me on my Discord as well as on my YouTube channel, so I'm just gonna get to it. The first question is, what games do you like to play when not doing DQ? Well, there are not that many games that I play anymore since I play DQ almost all the time, but I do like to AFK in some simulators, especially a weapon fighting sim currently. I don't have a lot of time, and so I don't really dabble in a lot of different games right now, but I'd like to play group games because I just like to spend time with people, and so I play Scribble.io or Super Golf, but I just really like to play games where you can interact with other people. There is also one game that is my favorite, and it is solo too, but it is Tetris, and that's kind of like my cooldown game. It's kind of just like my zen. And so you can just chill and relax and just either do it by yourself or do it with someone else. And so that's kind of my game. It's just Tetris too. I'm not the best at it, but it's a good game. Next question is, would you ever consider doing collaboration projects? If so, what type and why? So I have done one collaboration right now, and that's with a song, and I did it with Roblox Mom. I wrote a song about her and me together, and then I sent it over to her, and she wrote a harmony part to it, and so I thought that was pretty cool and pretty fun. That is on my channel, and so you can listen to that song. It's Roblox Mom and Me is what it is called. But other projects, I'm not sure about. I haven't really done anything else with anybody. I don't know what I would do. Maybe some challenges, playing in games, but I do play with the other YouTubers occasionally just for fun. I like to show up on their channels, and because they're my friends, and so it's just kind of fun to drop by. But I'm not sure exactly what I do, but I'm open to suggestions. So where did I get my musical training, and what inspired me to make gaming songs? Okay, well, so I have just always kind of sung growing up, in church and things, and I tried to get into the a cappella choir in high school, but I wasn't good enough, and so I was in the women's choir, and then the next year I made it into the a cappella choir and was in that for a couple years. But then I just love singing with my friends. They are all singers as well, which is just awesome. We were able to sing the national anthem together at the football games and some of the basketball games, and so that was kind of fun. That's kind of my musical training. I've taken a year of piano, and then I've taken a few years of guitar, which is folk music guitar. And so that was kind of different, but it's still fun. And I also played the violin while I was in junior high, so from 7th to 9th grade. And so that's kind of just my musical background, I guess. And what inspired me to make the gaming songs? Well, so I was running with VBlox TV and Toto, and we just, I don't know, there was just something about Toto that words started coming to my mind, and I thought, this would be a cool song. And I had written something just probably a couple months prior, just had kind of these different notes on the piano, and so I wrote these lyrics and put it to the song, and I don't know, I just liked it, and so I called it I'm a Warrior. And then I was thinking, well, we also have the warrior, but then we also have the mage, and then we also have the healer. And so I was I'm gonna write a song about all these different things, and so the inspiration was well, we have Toto that's a warrior, and then I'm a mage, and TV was the healer, and so it just, people that were around me in game just inspired me to write different songs. And so the first 10 songs I think are just about different people that I play with. And Aqua, he was the undecided because he didn't know if he wanted to be warrior or mage or what, and so, and I think that's a lot of things that people can relate to as well. It's am I going to be a warrior or going to be a mage? And they're undecided, and so they just kind of have two sets, and they're flexible. And so I just have all these different songs about the people that I played with, and then it started going with the dungeons that we were in, and the different characteristics and different things that we were doing in the game, and so it just kind of spread out from there. And then I also started writing a couple of my own original songs, and I was so nervous to even think if anybody would even listen to anything that I wrote, but I think I got like 300 subs with all the music that I wrote over like a year, and I was like super excited and really, really happy about it. And so that's just kind of like my background on gaming and music and stuff. So what game did you want to play but haven't due to time, cost, etc.? Well, I haven't tried a lot of the long grinding games like Lost Ark and Othering, and I've just really mostly stuck to Roblox. I don't know if there's any game that I really want to buy. I mean, I have played World of Warcraft, and that was a fun game at the time, and it is expensive because it is a subscription. But I don't know if I really would like want to go back to it and stay in it. So I'm not sure if there's any games that I really like want to go back in or to go dive into right now. What inspired you to do dungeon quests, giveaways, and videos? Well, I ended up having some extra items that people had given to me, and I tried to reach out to people and just give the items away in lobbies, but nobody would take them. Like, nobody would trade with me, and I was just like, hey, do you want to trade? And they're like, no thank you. And I couldn't just give away free stuff to people in the lobby. People just wouldn't take it for some reason, and so I was like, how do I reach out to more people so that I can give like this good set away? And so I found a way that you can pull the usernames off YouTube to be able to roll them for a winner. And I mean, I had some awesome donations like from Stealth and also from Boom and a few other people. And so, I mean, that's kind of really what started it. And so I was able to post those and people commented and they did really well. And that's what I think really kind of pushed my sub count a little bit higher, was doing those giveaways. Hopefully I'll be able to do some more with this dungeon, but it's going to take a little time for me to gather more items because I am just one person. So when people give me items, I just donate them or do giveaways with them. And I think it really helps out the community so that we can be able to work together too. What is your relationship with Spooky now? Let me rephrase it. What is your relationship with Spooky? Meow. He is my friend. Oh my goodness, he is great. I met him in a group, Glasscore, about a year ago. I believe it's been maybe just a little bit less than a year. But we've just stayed in touch and we're in some of the same groups and servers. But he's pretty awesome. And you should also check out his channel. See the link in the description down below. Just a little plug-in for Spooky. But he is also an amazing Dungeon Quest player who loves to grind Dungeon Quest. So we make a lot of friends playing Dungeon Quest, and it's really nice, it's cool. So that is my relationship with Spooky. So where will the channel go when Vinny doesn't update the game for another year? Oh my goodness! I would just kind of expect that, but at the same time be so sad. Let's see, I've been looking at different games, but it's hard to find one that I like as much as DQ. I've also thought about doing the events in Roblox, where you can get free avatar items while playing a game, and so those ones are kind of fun to do. I really miss when they did like the egg hunts in the different games, because you got to play a whole bunch of different games and you got a reward, and so those were kind of fun. But they hold some events sometimes if something new is going to come out and they want to promote something, and so I like to go into those games and find those items so that I can get free avatar items. And so that's something I thought about doing as well, just so that people can like follow tutorials or they can just get those with me, and so we can have free stuff together. Are you planning on playing other games on the YouTube channel other than DQ? So I have done some game nights and we've experimented with some other games on my channel, but as most of you know, I cannot handle horror games. That is a little bit difficult for me, and that's like a one-time-a-year thing. I will maybe play them. No, just it's a one-time-a-year thing. And so that's usually going to be around Halloween time. That'll just be a special time where you guys can hear me scream if that is something that you love. The games that I really play right now are really just with other people and in bigger groups, and just kind of things that I've mentioned before. So are you planning on expanding to Twitch anytime soon? Well, I do have a Twitch account, but I can't stream on both unless I pay a subscription, and I really don't like to pay a lot of money for different things, and so I'm not sure how it'll go, but I do have Twitch, and I've heard from different people who do YouTube and Twitch, and they've said that YouTube is better with how everything works with memberships and things, and so I'm just kind of gonna stick with YouTube for right now. And if I feel like I need to go to Twitch or just add Twitch, then maybe I will, but right now it's just YouTube. So how did you find out about Dungeon Quest, and what gave you the motivation to play? So Origin Spark introduced me to the game when Pirate Island was coming out. I started playing and I really enjoyed the game. It was just simple, it was nice, and you could play with a small group. And there were other games that I played, like Zombie Attack and just kind of random games that I went into to play, but nothing like Dungeon Quest. It was something that just pulled me back in. It was simple to play and it was fun, and then I met other people in there and talked to them, and then I joined Discord from there. And so, I mean, seemed to be the place where I met the most people and made like all of my friends as well. And so I just kind of like stuck with Dungeon Quest and just kept playing it more and more, and then more updates came out, and it was so fun. Even though like the last update took forever, it was still nice to be with people and to connect with people. And I think that's something that's really important to me, is to kind of connect with people. So what gave you the motivation to start YouTube? How did you start it? What games did you like before DQ? And who are your good friends in the server? So I've kind of answered some of these already, but what gave me the motivation to start YouTube? That was with my songs, when I talked about the song that I wrote for Toto. And what kind of got me started streaming though was VBlox had stopped streaming, and then I had met Roblox Mom. I had been friends with her probably for like a year, but we've never like really chatted. We just were in groups together and just different raids, but we didn't actually like talk one-on-one. And then all of a sudden we were in the lobby together, and I was like, Roblox Mom. She was like, JJ, like, let's run a raid together. So we went into the dungeon, and then for like the next hour we literally just like were typing back and forth to each other because she didn't have Discord, and so we were just talking and catching up and like getting to know each other, and it was just like we were sisters or something. And so it was so great, and I was like, I don't know what to do, I just wanted to connect with people. And so she's like, you should stream. And I was like, I don't know, I don't think I can stream because it's going to be so fuzzy, my computer won't handle it, I just don't know if it's going to work out. She's like, you should just try it. And so with her like motivation, I did it. And I did it one night, and I had friends that I hadn't seen for a little bit, and they came on and were so supportive, and it was just like, 7 people, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, this is so great. And it just made me feel good, and it just, having that little push just got me to start it. And then from there, like, I did it again, and then it's like slowly improving everything and doing a little bit more and having it a little bit better. And so that's like where we are now is so different from where I started. It looked completely, for those who were there, it was crazy insane, not great, but it has come a long way. And I'm grateful for people who just have stayed with me and who are still here today. So how does Origin Spark feel about me being a YouTuber? So it's kind of funny, as many of you know, Origin Spark is my husband, and I think overall he is okay with it. I want to say he tries to be super supportive with me being a YouTuber, but I think sometimes when he's home, I think he has a hard time kind of sharing my attention, because I always, I care about you guys. I want to know if you guys are doing okay. I want to be able to help with anything, and so I'm checking my Discord, and I'm looking on YouTube, and I really want to make sure that I connect with everybody. Sometimes I do log off so that I can really make sure my focus is where it needs to be. And which is why I always have Friday is my date night, and that's my volleyball night with Origin, and so we can spend time together. What was your dream job, and do you still plan on pursuing that dream? So it depends on when you were talking about my dream, because like when I was little, I wanted to be a restaurant owner because that's what me and my friend played. We were just like, we pretend we were like the owner of the restaurant and we were getting meals, and because those are the toys that we had. And so I thought, this is pretty cool. This is fun. I enjoy doing this. And so I thought maybe I'll be some kind of entrepreneur or, maybe a restaurant owner. But as I got older, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much work into this that you have to do and so many connections that you have to make. It's not just like you doing it. You need to have so many people involved. And I was like, that's just a little overwhelming. And I didn't think that I would be really good at that. And so I decided, let's just do something else. And so right now I have an associate's degree in accounting and a bachelor's degree in business management. And I was an accountant for a time, but my dream job really is just to help people. And I'm also hoping to continue my education in the medical field, most likely a nurse, so that I can just continue to help people. That's something that I enjoy doing. Who motivated you when you were feeling down? Were there thoughts that you wanted to quit doing YouTube? And what made you keep going from that thought? I think it was a couple years ago, I found out that I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease. And it's something that affects your thyroid. And I was really worried that I'd have to have chemo because I also had like a friend who had some issues with her thyroid, but I wasn't sure exactly what she had, but she had to go through chemo treatments and it just kind of destroyed her voice a little bit. And she has to be on certain medication or else it will really cause issues to her thyroid. So lots of thoughts were going through my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to sing. My voice is going to be ruined. And this is when I was recording songs almost every week. And I felt just so stressed. And it was really, really hard to hear something like that. And so later I found out, talking to different doctors, like exactly what was going to happen, what I needed to do. And I found out like my vitamin D levels were like super duper low. Like they were just 12 and they're supposed to be 30 to 100. And so they're like, even 19 is like super low. And so being 12, it was way low. And so I got vitamin D, and then I have a couple other things that I take, just multivitamin. And that's all I have to do for this. And so he said that as long as I do that, just for the rest of my life, I should be fine. And I won't need to have anything done with my thyroid. So I'm really hoping that everything is good and fine. And so I'm really grateful that I can still sing and I can still talk, even though I may be a little sick, but I can still talk. And so it was stressful, but I feel okay now about everything. One of the hardest things and the hardest times that I've had with my channel was seeing everyone else's success. I even had a friend start a channel like a month or so after me, and they quickly got 2.5k subs in like just a couple months. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this all wrong. Like I even tried to post a video from the same game like a few times, and like I got nothing. And it was just really hard to see that I was not being successful like at all. And so I was really down on myself about it because I knew that there are different things that I could do. There are things that I could change. I could buy certain things and upgrade stuff. And I really just didn't have the time or the resources to be able to kind of like boost my channel. And so it was just a really slow process. I had to remember that I was going to have to just take time and just be consistent, and eventually things would happen. I mean, I even wrote a song called Rise Up. And that song really it's just everything, every word in there is just me and things that have happened to me and how I feel. And the chorus says, I'm going to rise up and shine for me. And that really hits hard for me because I've thought so much just about everybody else's success and all the things they do. But they put a lot of work into it. They put everything, and that is their success. And I'm really happy for them. But for me, I just need to remember I need to focus on me and not worry about everybody else. And so I just need to shine for me. And, everything will work out and be okay and follow. What inspires you as a content creator? So I just play what I love, which is why most of the content is Dungeon Quest. And I know I've talked about this so many times, but it's really all like about the connections. I really love connecting with people. I love all the friends that I've made, and I love like being able to game and to interact. Like, it's with everybody all across the world. And I think that is just, in a way, it's something super magical, because it's just, how else would you get so many people in the entire world all together, one place? And so it's just amazing, the connections that you make and the people that you get to talk to and interact with every day. So I really love that. Another thing that inspires me too is that I love to help out the community. I love to just being able to give things for free and to do that. And so in real life, I actually do a lot of free things. And I host charity events twice a year where I gather donations and then I organize them and then I set them out for people, the community, and have them come, and they just take everything for free. And so it takes 2 months to gather things, and it takes a lot of time to organize and sort things, and to also advertise. And like, I have websites and things that I've created, and so it's a lot of time, but I feel so good when I get to do it, because then you have people share stories like, I really needed this. I don't have anything, and this really blessed my life. And it just makes your heart just full, just knowing that you've helped somebody. And so that's just something that I really enjoy doing. I also volunteer at a local school. I've created a website for them for doing lost and found items, and I just return those to the students. And so so I am also a substitute teacher for any grade, like kindergarten through 12th grade is what I can do. And so I just try to help out the community however I can in real life, and then just also in gaming life, I try to help out the community where I can as well. So I'm really grateful for the people that I've met and the support that I've felt just starting streaming this year. I mean, it feels really good. And so thank you guys so much for your support and everything that you guys do. I really hope to continue to play games and to have fun together. I hope that you guys enjoy the content, and I hope that this answers a few questions, and I hope you guys have an awesome and amazing day. Oh, but first, okay, so really, I get really nervous about this too, but I said that I would probably do a face reveal, and I said a partial face reveal, so this is what you guys are gonna get. Hello, it's me. So I get really nervous. I hope that you guys are kind and nice, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.